submit to your will and call forth the chains of Cold Harbor.
Dark Anchors, or Dolmens, are Molag Bal's main weapon against Nirn in Elder Scrolls Online. They happen to also be my favorite part of the game, so today we're going to do something kind of fun. Welcome, man, mer, and beasts. It's Bells the Moonclaw, here in my house in the 4th era, in Skyrim. We're going to take a look today at the Dark Anchors from Elder Scrolls Online and what they look like roughly 1,000 years in the future. So we're going to bounce back and forth between gameplay footage from ESO and Skyrim. I've seen some videos similar to this where you're looking at more iconic locations, a comparison of Windhelm or kind of Easter eggs. Haven't seen anybody do the Dolmens yet. And since those are my favorite part of ESO, I thought, hey, let's do a video on that. So I've popped back to my house here at Lakeview Manor, dropped off my follower, got on a pretty dress, and we're ready to hit the road. Here we are in the 2nd era. Bells the Moonclaw in the 2nd era, well, she looks the same. Hello! You're Dragonborn, you age really well. So, here we are. This is Eastmarch in ESO. First up on our trek is going to be the Dolmen, Giant's Run Dolmen, up there. And for the interest of time, we're going to cut a little bit of footage here for traveling. So, there we go. We're getting close now. This was actually the first Dolmen that I found in Skyrim location, so I thought I'd start with this one. So here it is in Elder Scrolls Online. It's a really pretty area. I don't know the purpose of dropping a Dolmen out here. I feel like, I don't know what Molag Bal was thinking with that. There's literally nothing. Over here we have Fort Moviskar, and up here is Windhelm. You'll recognize both of those from Skyrim. So that's kind of the terrain we're looking at here. Now let's take a look at what it looks like in the 4th era. So here we are, getting close in the 4th era. This one I found completely by accident. It's what inspired this video. I was running through Skyrim and got completely lost because that's what happens. And I thought, this kind of looks familiar. And so I popped open my map, and sure enough, I realized, oh shoot, I know where I am, because I had just done the anchors in Eastmarch the night before. So here we are, we're getting close. You might start to notice that it looks very similar. I'm wearing boots of water walking, Azadel's boots of water walking, so that it's easier to see. And so here we go. You might notice the terrain is looking very familiar. And of course beautiful, because it's a Bethesda game. So the Dolmen location would be right here, but we're actually going to kill this stupid bear that's in our way. Bye. Get out of here. Go away. And we're going to come up here because this is what I found and thought it was so cool. And it's okay, it's some rocks. Kind of an odd-shaped rock. It's perfectly square. What's this? It is actually a legitimate pillar. And in my imagination, it's a Dolmen pillar. These are some rocks over here. But it may or may not be, but what a cool thing. There was a Dolmen here like 1,000 years ago. And here we are. You can see on the map. Obviously, it's kind of condensed for ESO. It's a little bit wider here, but you can see Windhelm and everything else. And I just thought it was so cool that there's a pillar here. Up next we have Icewind Peaks Dolmen. It's kind of the most boring of the Eastmarch batch here. Not that it's not pretty, but it's just boring. You run out here, obviously we're back in the 2nd era, and once again it's in a really weird location. There's nothing out this way, but come over here and here it is. And there's some mountains, there's some trees, there's not much else out here, so it makes it really difficult to find it in Skyrim. It's just, there's nothing. Pop open the map, it's like, okay, nothing. What is here in ESO is not memorable and doesn't show up in Skyrim. So we're going to have our work cut out for us. Here's the map in Skyrim. Shore Stone is there, but it's on the other side, so that's not really helpful. We're kind of gonna hang out in this area and see what we can find. Now, I actually admittedly spent half an hour trying to find something in this area that was even remotely cool, but there wasn't anything that looked like a dolmen. The terrain is similar but different, which is really cool. You can see how erosion and, you know, the shifting of the world changed the location, but there's not a lot out here that looks like a dolmen. You have the same kind of trees and stuff, but we should be like right on top of it basically, maybe give or take a few feet, but there's nothing. It's a road now. Sorry, Molag Bal, we paved over your doom machine. Progress, everyone. You can even come over here. I was thinking maybe there was something up on these hills, but there isn't. It's just a really pretty location. No evidence of a dolmen 1,000 years later. There was a lot of enemies up here that I killed. There's some trolls and stuff, and oh, a fox! Out that way. I think I have the volume turned down so you can't hear Mr. I'm Bone Croon Stress Dragon. I own everything. But out that way is Bone Strewn Crest. And this road just keeps going. There's a troll that I killed. So, again, this one's a little disappointing. There's nothing out this way, but... And hey, if you guys come out here, you find something, definitely let me know, because I would love to go check it out. And again, it's in this general area. And last we have Frostwater Tundra Dolmen. Now this is out by Fort Amal, I'm not sure how you say it. I've heard both pronunciations. And again, we're going to cut the travel time because basically you just follow this road all the way up. Pretty sure you just heard my cat go, "Rawr!" So sorry about that. He was mad I wasn't paying attention to him. Anyway, here we are. We are getting close now. You can see the fort over there. And we're going to run around this side of the lake because the other side has saber cats and I just don't want to deal with that. So we're going to go up here. It's a really pretty area. The waterfall and oh, look who it is. The worm cult. Surprise, surprise. So anyway, we're here. It's right over here. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see it. It's just what is still considered the fort. It's just on the edge of that. Over here is Darkwater Crossing, and then all the way up here is the aforementioned Bone Strewn Crest. So this gives you kind of an idea of the terrain. It's in this valley, and I'm gonna kill these guys. Welcome back to the 4th era. So here we've warped kind of close to the fort. We're going to head in that general direction. We're going to ignore the guy on the ramparts that's shouting, "I'm warning you, stay away." And we're going to follow this really steep pathway. You can, oh, that looks really lovely down there. You can kind of see how the terrain is similar but different. And again, it's kind of like the last one where it's just carved deeper and the mountains are a little bit different. And what is attacking me? What? Oh, a Spriggan? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get rid of her. Bye. And I hear a bear. I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to conjure up Steve here. That's my Dromora friend. He's great. Yeah, okay. If it's around, he'll get it. We're just going to continue up this way. And this is a beautiful area. There's nothing up here, and again, we're not going to find really any evidence of a dolmen, but it's worth making the trek because it's beautiful, and I can't resist killing this guy out on the, the tree bridge. I don't know anybody that can walk by this guy and not do this, or shout him off. It just has to be done. Bye. So we're going to cut a little bit out here to save some more time. And we come across this eventually. This is what I've found that looks the most like where maybe that dolmen was. You have the waterfall, you have the downstream, but it's drastically different looking. And it's a lot closer to the border with the rift. Like, this is the border with the rift in Skyrim, whereas in ESO it's not. So it is, but it's not. So it gets a little bit tricky. and I've not found any evidence of, there's no pillars like the first one or cool rock formations or anything. But again, if you guys come out this way and find something, definitely let me know, because I would love to check it out. And this is a beautiful, beautiful area anyway, so it's worth the trip. Definitely worth the trip. Oh, a goat. And I have limited capacity for size and length, so we're going to split this into 2 videos, and there's going to be a link in the description for the Rift, and I'll see you guys then.